And welcome back to our first best of 3 series. It's the run of 8 of today's Go4SC2 Cup, and the first map will be Frozen Temple in this game. Between our players, number 1 will be spawning to the bottom right. As you can see, he's the blue Protoss player representing dPix. His name is Fear. And his opponent spawning to the top left, taking the red color and the Terran race. This is True Esports, Soul. And yeah, we see the barracks about to finish, so there will be a Reaper most likely, yes it is. And he's heading over with an SCV that indicates there might be a command center. Fear is not going to block that for now, maybe he's heading back in. But yeah, he might just have the clue about the Reaper coming out, so he doesn't want to lose his probe. Or he's getting back in now, sending it over to the left maybe. Okay, now he will actually just lose it. Or yeah, the Reaper not taking care about the probe, so he might get another glimpse about what's going on at the expansion or in the main base even, but I think he might have raised the depots. No, not yet. And actually he's getting a good amount of damage to the SCV over here. But yeah, and the Reaper also at least deals some damage over here. We don't have a kill on the probe, so that's not going to happen, and we have an engineering bay to block the workers a little bit right here in the second base of Fear. So some shenanigans on both sides going on. This Adept is not going to do anything. The Reaper still getting out there. Yeah, Stargate, I think it has been scouted by Soul, hasn't it?
Base.
Yes, it has. It's about to finish though. And now we have 2 Hellions coming in. Oh boy. And so yeah, we have 2 Hellions and a Reaper, so Fear is splitting his forces pretty well there. We have an Oracle on the way. The Reaper actually has been taken out, so one threat off of the map. And yeah, the Adepts are doing a good job. He's not losing that many workers, I think. Okay, he's up to 5 worker kills. So yeah, 5 workers. Yeah, for Reaper and 2 Hellions. I think that's okay for the Terran. It's better for the Terran than for the Protoss. But overall, Fear actually has a lead in terms of workers. Soul has some mules, but overall, you know, having more workers indicates that yeah, he might be pretty fine with what he just did in terms of defending what Soul threw at him. Yeah, still we have this engineering bay blocking stuff over here. And yeah, the third base being thrown down by Fear. So he essentially says, yeah, I don't really want to end the game off of 2 bases. And yeah, it's going for a third. Adding the Twilight Council, adding another Oracle. He's up to 3 then already. He's just attacking the Cyclone. Oh, I'm not sure if that's right. Oh man, that's a good move there. Some sort of microing the Oracles, so he actually does not take that many damage on the lower one, and now he was able to take out a lot of workers in the meantime. It's up to 13 worker kills. That's pretty nice for 2 Oracles. Even with the third one coming into play, there might be more worker kills coming in. And is there an engineering? Yeah, there are 2 engineering bays, but no turret started yet. And we will have another Oracle coming into the base, into the second base, and he's just going for the workers here. And oh boy, this is so hard to take for Soul here. These Oracles are doing their job pretty well. Oh man, this one alone has 12 kills. We have one with 7. Okay, 7, 7 and 12 kills. Yeah, so I think Fear did a pretty good job there. We can see the worker count is 55 to 32 in favor of Fear. That's pretty much what the game looks like. And we see the Oracles coming in again, taking out some Marines, taking out a tank, taking out the building SCVs over here and most likely over here. Maybe take out some more workers in the mineral line. Yeah, doesn't lose one of his Oracles. So again and again he's getting in and out to just take out some workers, doing a good job with harassing while getting the macro game up inside of his main base. And yeah, we see also using the spaces around his second base to build more gateways. And the Robo also is being added. He's going for the +1 attack upgrade, which the Terran player is doing as well. He's also going for the +1 armor. So in terms of upgrades, we will have the 1-1 versus 1-0 situation soon, but still Fear at the moment has the possibility of such better economical possibilities, so he can most likely just take out lots of stuff due to the numbers instead of having the better upgrades then. And yeah, also taking out the turret right here might be pretty nice for Fear. And he's going to the main base again. He might just take out some more workers again and again. Okay, loses no Oracle there. Good job. And in the meantime, he's going for a 4th base. He's getting the safest game you could ever see. He's 25 workers ahead. He's 25 army supply ahead. He's just playing the if you're ahead, get more ahead game to its finest right here, I think. And yeah, you can see Resonating Glaives being researched, +1 armor being researched by Fear. So yeah, he's getting the tech up one by one. Oh, loses 1 Oracle though. But there's a drop. Oh, and it's scouted. Oh, Fear scouts that, and he even has a pylon right there that has been built way beforehand. So this is not some sort of magic move or something. He just wants to have the vision when the Army of Soul might have pushed into his 4th base to be able to react properly there. So yeah, this pylon and the adepts being sent out on the left hand side already paid for themselves, so he could bring his army into position. Yeah, we see a disruptor on the way now, and also another forge being added for Fear. The pylon being taken out on the left hand side. And okay, there's a revelation. And oh boy, he's just moving out on the left hand side. Fear getting supply blocked a little bit, but yeah, he's like 40 army supply ahead, 10 worker supply, so that's pretty nice for the Protoss player. And I mean, he cannot overcome this barrier there in the middle. I think he should maybe even just open the rocks to have a better movement in between all those spaces there. Oh man, and this might be a little far-fetched there. Yeah, takes out the Widowmine number 1, Widowmine number 2 as well. Shades have been cancelled, so yeah, so just... yeah. Oh, a Widowmine drop at the 4th. But yeah, takes out 1 worker and that's it. Even lifts the other Widowmine again to go over to the 3rd. Let's see what he can do over here. Oh, and the workers are not being taken care of. 5 kills for this Widowmine. And does he remember the Widowmine being here? Oh yes, he does. The observer is in position and Widowmine going down. Next Widowmine over here. Oh, did he think it has been lifted again? Seems like it, but otherwise he would have just sent over his observer, didn't he? Yeah, dodges the Widowmine shot, takes out the Liberator right here, and there are lots of Marauders left, but even against the Stalkers, The Marauders are not enough. Over on the right hand side we have another push or drop or whatever you might call this from Sol. But yeah, he's way behind actually. I mean, he took out some workers now with the Widow Mine that is still there. It's 8 worker kills. So yeah, Sol actually being ahead 8 workers at the moment. But overall it's 110, 130 since we have another adept weapon and another disruptor about to pop. Oh man, and there will be a blink forward. No, there will be not. Yeah, we have some more units coming in for Sol right here. And also at the bottom we have another drop. So yeah, Sol is trying his best in terms of dropping all over the place. At the same time we have Fear trying to defend with the units he is able to whop in at home. And also we see that he's going for a push towards the 4th at the top. And this might be pretty hard to take for Sol. I mean, his supply is pretty low in terms of army. It's 60 against 135, 34 at the moment for Fear. And he's just pushing and sending in some disruptors. Takes out 2 Marauders right here. Yeah, drop going down into the main base. But yeah, I'm not sure if that's going to matter. No drop in the end will even matter right here. We see drop on top of those Liberators. He loses some of the Stalkers, but overall the army of Fear is just so much bigger. Liberator has been taken out. There's the GG by Sol, and Fear takes game number 1. And welcome back to game number 2 in the series, and the map will be Apotheosis. Spawning to the top left hand side, we will find our red Protoss player with the match point to advance to the semis. This is dPix's Fear. And spawning to the bottom right, this is the blue Terran for True Esports. This is Sol. Yeah, needs to win now to still have chances to advance here. Yeah, seems like a Reaper opening. Yes, it is. On Fear's side of things, we have the gateway expansion, so yeah, both sides going for a pretty standard stuff. I guess there will be an SCV heading over to place the command center pretty soon. Yes, it is. So yeah, standard play on both sides of the map right here. And yeah, it's one of the newer maps. I haven't played it, to be honest, but yeah, let's say I watched some games as a caster and also on other streams, and there are some pretty interesting games coming up. One that was pretty awesome, to be honest, was Puck versus TLO, I think, at DreamHack Valencia. That was awesome. Yeah, because they were, I don't know, at some point they were kind of base trading, and then, I don't know, the main base of one player was down here, and one player was locating on the right hand side, and yeah, they took out their whole main bases and second bases, third bases, and then kind of repositioned all about the map. I mean, this can happen on every map, but for now, I haven't seen it for a long time. But on this map, like, I don't know, what was it, two weeks ago? So yeah, we have the Robo on the way for Fear. Also, the Twilight Council has been started. Looks kind of like Resonating Glaives, Warp Prism, Adept drop stuff. And over on Sol's side of things, we have the third command center on the way already. We have 2 barracks, 1 tech lab being started, third command center on the way. Yeah, so he kind of takes the economical approach right here. He's going for the turrets, so he wants to be safe against oracles for this game. Since, yeah, the last game he lost a lot of stuff against oracles. And yeah, wants to be safe defensively, but also wants to expand to get ahead economically. And that's the plan, it seems like, for Seoul, going for the factory just now. So it will take quite some time until he will have some medivacs and stuff. Yes, Fear on the other side is going for 2 more gases. Adding a pylon over here. I think the pylon might be pretty late, but also he's going for the Nexus at the gold base already. And yeah, both players not really knowing that much about the other one. Scouting is pretty much denied for most of the time. And yeah, they're just playing defensively, getting their tech up, and then there will be a big clash somehow, maybe. Yeah, we have a reactor being built at the factory. There might be a swap, since yeah, otherwise it wouldn't make sense to actually position a starport that way. And yeah, as you can see, Fierce Observer is just on top of that, sees everything going on, and actually is there. He's slightly out of vision range of the turret as well. And Fear is moving out now. There's the swap happening, so let's see what this is going on, or what will be happening over here. He's going to try to pressure the third. And yeah, so we might see either he wants to defend, he's like, okay, I have enough units to defend, and he will go over to the right hand side right here. Or he'll just decide to, I don't know, evacuate his workers, try to lift and evacuate his third as well, close the rocks to buy some time, and just fly the command center over to the left hand side. Yeah, I mean, he would lose some mining because this is just blue minerals on the left hand side and these are golds. But overall, he could save that one pretty easily. And yeah, he's building bunkers, so it seems like he wants to hold the base no matter what. I'm wondering that there's no tank yet. He has a factory with Widow mines being produced, and now Fear is actually pushing in here, takes out the depot pretty easily. Hits a good timing here, I would say, but the army supply is not that much in favor of Fear here, but we see some units being lifted to the medivacs, which might be pretty bad for Seoul in that situation, since everything in the medivacs can't fight. And he might just lose his command center right there. Oh boy, will Fear go for that? He's taking out the Liberator with a forward blink. He's going to contest the bunker. Shades are going forward. We will have some Widow mines exploding into this army. We see some nice splits from Fear trying to get into this, and this push looks pretty good for the Protoss player. We see the units, the workers being pulled by Seoul, and he's just losing lots and lots of stuff right here. And even if he gets this defense off at all, then at what cost, guys? At what cost? He's losing so many workers. The Shades are getting to the main base, and I'm not sure if that will even be a hold there. Yeah, he's shading forward, getting out of the Widow mine range. He has the Warp Prism with him that cannot be contested except for the Liberator right there. But yeah, he wants to have the Liberation Zones to actually have the ground damage there, and this command center is going to fall. So he's down to 2 command centers, and only one of them is on the ground to mine, and this is in the main base. So Fear did a pretty good job here. There was no counter harassment being done, and oh boy, this push was pretty well designed. It was just there to take out the third, and then he just went on because he was on the upper hand. And yeah, Seoul leaves the game. Fear takes game number 2 and therefore advances to the semifinals.